1111 podcast. 1111 podcast. 1111 podcast.
Welcome everybody to 1111 podcast by God's Army. I'm your host today, Dwayne. Going to be interviewing BUHBUH. He's one of our clients, patients. He's been here for a while. Very good guy. Very intelligent. You know, I've had many good conversations with him. Always a good vibe. And I'll let him introduce himself. Who are you, BUHBUH?
What's up? I'm Bubba. I'm from Ohio. Originally from California. Came back out to California for recovery originally. And then after I got a little bit of clean time, like 6 months or so, started looking for my biological family, because I was adopted. And after finding some things out, I got back into my addiction, pretty heavy. And then, just back and forth with my adoptive parents, like, you guys said this, and I said that, but just going in and out of being sober and, an active addiction. But eventually I got to the point where it's just like, hey, this is too much. You know what I mean? Like, this is going too far. Mm-hmm. I'm starting to worry people. People are calling me. People don't know my number anymore because I'm constantly changing things. It's like, all right, what's going on with Bubba? Whoa. He was this 6 months ago, but now we don't even know where he is. What happened? Where'd he go? You know what I mean? It's just like, that's what I do. Especially a very big thing in recovery, I think. Not for everybody, but for me personally, I'll speak for me, is medication. If I'm not on my meds, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. And Dwayne has witnessed it. Let me just say that. Dwayne has witnessed it. Many of my friends have witnessed it. On drugs, off drugs, on meds, not on meds. Things go bad when I'm not on my medication. I think that's a big thing in recovery for me is medication maintenance, at least until, the doctor says otherwise. Say, hey, how you been doing, Jace? Oh, I've been good. I've been good. Or I need to change something, or, whatever it may be, right? Sometimes it's things are going well for me, or I'll be on a medication where things are just like, whoa, dude, this is too much. I'm feeling things a little bit too much. Why am I feeling like this, And then I'll go back to drugs. I'll be like, all right, I'll just go back to drugs where I don't feel anything, right? And that's how it is with most people. All right, I'm going to just go back to this so that I don't have to feel anything. But really, it's like, how bad is it really? You know what I mean? It's like, is it really that bad? Nah. Because you really living in that currently? Probably not. Mm-hmm. Most of the time, you're not.
Sometimes you gotta give it time, let it play itself out.
Yeah.
Because starting over is a whole nother thing.
Hey, don't get me started on starting over, man. I was in active addiction for over 10 years. I'm 26 now. I started using hard drugs when I was 16. So it's like, it could really, I've had in that period of time, from 2016 to 2018, I got sober. My parents sent me to military school. I wasn't playing football anymore. I had more of an opportunity to focus on school. Focus on me, right? And then, later down the line, I graduated high school, and my mom can no longer afford the house, like I was saying earlier, my parents got divorced, everything like that, it's like, so I just went down a dark path, I can't play football anymore, lost the house I grew up in, it's like, all right, mom's moving out, and she gave me 3 options. My mom gave me 3 options. She's like, You could get a job, you could go on a mission for the church, or you could go to college. I didn't choose any of those options. I didn't choose none of those options, all right?
What did you choose?
I stayed in my mother's foreclosed house until they put a sign on the door to
Don't
kick us
come
out
back.
and say, you got 3 days to grab what you can and get out, right? So this is like, for the longest time, I've got a best friend, he's passed away now, fentanyl overdose. He's been gone for 3 years now. We just celebrated his birthday a few days ago, and he funniest guy you'll ever meet. He's this guy cracked me up. But I come home one day, and the house is just trashed. I'm like, what happened? What happened? Like, he wasn't there. I call him, hey bro, check it, bro. Like the house, like what happened at the crib, bro? He's like, I don't know. I'm coming home right now. He gets home. He's like, bro, did you do this? I'm like, nah, bro, my stuff's missing. Where? You better go check your stuff. Like, so he goes and checks the room, and his stuff's missing. What the? But we're on drugs. You know what I mean? Like anybody could have came up in there and just taken everything.
What happened?
Like so. I get a call from my sister. I thought everything was taken, right? Nah. My sister calls me. I answer the phone. I'm like, what's up, sis? She's like, I found your da 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 da.
Oh no!
It's like,
It was the sister.
yeah, I was like, oh
She
no!
went crazy.
Oh no, not my sister.
Man.
I get home. Thank God, everybody left. My mom left my stuff alone. I go check. I'm like, oh, like what? How did you find it? I've been looking for this 2 months. Nah.
What was it?
Huh?
What was it?
Some weed.
Just
it's
tree?
just weed. But that's why I got kicked out of my mom's house in the original place, just because of weed. So it's like,
So they were looking for that.
they was already there looking to find what, it's like, all right.
Like, what was your drugs of choice?
Drugs of choice. It all started, this is where it all started.
Mm-hmm.
So, I was about 5-6 years old. Back in the day when you could look up whatever you wanted on YouTube. I didn't know that my sister was a diabetic. I thought she was a heroin addict. So later on down the line, I thought she was. But my mom told me, she was like, yeah, your sister's diabetic. So I took one of her needles and, I put some water in it and did my thing, da-da-da-da, later on down the line, 'cause I didn't like that, Later on down the line, I started smoking weed, All right,
So
cool,
weed
weed.
was the gateway.
No, not for me. Not for me. Weed was not the gateway for me. For me, it all took off when I took my first sip of alcohol.
How old were you? 16?
16, yeah. So
What was it?
I went to school. I had been working at McDonald's at the time, so I was making my own money. I could do whatever I wanted at the time. My parents had been divorced. My mom was getting remarried, and the homie, he had a full grown beard at the time. 16 years old, full grown shit. I was baby faced. All right. So I gave him the bread to go to the liquor store. He goes to the liquor store, huh?
What'd y'all get?
So he gets me a gallon of vodka and a gallon of coconut Malibu rum.
Oh my god.
So I decided to take the gallons and dump them in my mom's lemonade container.
Put it together?
And mix it with lemonade. Hey man, all right, here we go. This is where the funny story comes into play in my addiction. All right. So everybody's at the party. I got the music going. I got the video games going. We're chilling. I keep throwing it back. I just keep throwing them back. Next thing you know, it's the next day, and I wake up, and I'm at the bottom of my basement steps in the wall in a full-blown Santa suit.
Oh,
I get up out the wall, right? And I didn't realize I broke the platform at the bottom of the stairs where I fucking fell down.
That's how you broke the hole?
So nah. So I got up. I'm like, well, shit. This is how I ended up in the wall right here. I fell through the damn floor.
God damn. All right. So that'll be our first question of the podcast.
Oh shit.
What's one of the craziest decisions you made while you were high?
One of the craziest decisions I've made while high.
And how long did you have to deal with it? Was it quick? Was it fast? Because I've made some crazy decisions
All right.
in my life.
All right, here we go. Okay, so the craziest decision I've ever made. So I just got my brand new glasses that my parents paid for. Just got them. I'm getting lit. I'm in the passenger seat, bro. I'm on fentanyl, meth. And my bright idea is, all right, well, this bag has got all the food in it. So I'm going to stick my head out the freaking door while we're going 65 miles per hour down the regular road that we're supposed to be going 25 or 35, whatever, right? So I got the bright idea, all right, I'm going to stick my head out and throw up.
Oh, no.
So, bro, I stick my head out the freaking window and I go,
Came back in.
in my foot. Nah, not only that, bro. My glasses, man.
They left.
Them motherfuckers was gone. Brand new. I'm like,
Just put them on.
no. Hey, you say you want me to go back? I'm like, bro, those are cooked, bro. They're cooked. There ain't no going back, brother. They're cooked. That's going to be a story for my mom one day.
You still ain't told her?
I still ain't told her.
She's still wondering what I'm glad. She's like, hold up. I got to buy you another pair.
Yeah.
Now, my son wears glasses, so I already know you got to like.
Yeah, it's like,
two
bro,
or three of them.
they were expensive too. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't cheap.
Yeah,
I made sure I went and got some nice ones. I'm like, all right, if my parents are gonna pay for it, all right, I'm gonna go get some nice ones. They didn't last long.
Just put them on.
Armani's. They didn't last long.
Yeah, that's funny. Well, you said you played football, right?
Yeah.
What position?
Both ways.
Did you enjoy it?
I had a hell of a time.
Mm.
Okay, so let me tell y'all something. All right, so a lot of people say that they love football, but like I loved football for a different reason. I didn't necessarily love the sport. I loved what I could do in the sport without getting in trouble. Okay, so my dad would always tell me, "Hey, don't fight at school. Save that shit for the field. Hit somebody without getting yourself in trouble."
Yep.
So that used to be my drive for football. I was like, all right, when I get on the field today, I'm gonna crack this motherfucker right here. He been talking shit at school. I'm gonna hit him. Like even if that's not the person I'm supposed to, or we'll be playing bull in the ring.
Or like 2 weeks ago, I remember. Yeah, I'm gonna get him.
Yeah, I'm hitting you today. Watch, hey coach, check it out. I want him. Nah, my favorite position, defensive tackle.
Oh, mine too.
Defensive nose tackle.
Yep.
Tear his shit up in the middle. Right up in the middle. Make commotion for let the linebackers come through. Let's go. Come on.
Yeah. I played football too. They said I was NFL material, but life chose otherwise. So
same.
I got a question for you.
What is it?
What's the difference between the sober you and the high you?
Oh shit!
Because I've seen major differences.
You see both.
Positive and
all right, so check it. When I'm faded, you can't say nothing to me. You can't say shit to me. I don't care what you say. It's my way or fuck you. I got other options. So fuck you. You know what I mean? But when I'm sober, everything's on the table. I'm cool. All right, what's up? Oh, this happened. All right, cool. All right, let's fix it this way. Or, oh, this person's doing it. All right, go about this route. Or, oh, this person needs help with this. All right, this is what they need to do. Or somebody. Okay, this is my biggest thing in my recovery is I help others before I help myself. That's my biggest.
You're a giver.
Yeah, that's my biggest like downfall in my recovery is I'll go give before giving myself something. You know what I mean? It's like I'll help that person or
But
I'll take that phone call.
You got blessings though.
Yeah. You know, it's just like there's nights I'm up till 3, 4 in the morning, up by 8. You know, sometimes it's just how I am, and then people wonder, like, hey, what were you doing on the phone last night, or like, who were you talking to? It's like, guys, it's just the life I live now. The people I've surrounded myself with, it's like I'm giving back what people gave to me because once in my addiction, I was that person calling at 2, 3, 4 in the morning, screaming, yelling, like I just want to end this shit, da 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 da, fuck this, getting high sucks. I keep da da, like people wanting the 5150 me, 5150 me, thinking that I'm trying to kill myself, which really at that time I was. At a point in time, my addiction, I didn't care. I didn't care if I woke up the next day, but now I'm at a point in my life where it's like, all right, I got things to live for, and I always have. That's something my parents, specifically my mother, has made apparent to me always across the board, no matter what. Because I asked her, I said, Mom, I said, why are all the closest of my friends getting taken from me, but every time I go out there and OD, I come back? She said, Bubba, don't ask me that question, but I'm gonna don't ask me this again, but I'm gonna answer the question. But it's for you to find out. She said, God isn't done with you yet.
Exactly.
Your purpose on earth isn't done yet. All those other people, it was their time. That's what you need to understand. Yeah. And I started crying. I'm just like, but Mom, why not me? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, Mom, why not me? She's like, you're not done yet. Mm-hmm. Look at you. Look at the people that you surround yourself with, but you go take yourself. Yeah, she's like, you go take that gift and you go out there and go use and completely just destroy it. I'm like, what are you talking about? I didn't understand that time. I was really young at that time. I was like, maybe I'm 26 now. It's probably like 22 or 23. So like 3 or 4 years ago. And I'm sitting here misunderstanding my mom, but now that I'm older, I'm thinking back. I'm like, all right, she's got a point. The people that I have surrounding in my life aren't just in my life because they want to be in my life or they're just there. No, they are not because they want to be, but because they're just there. No, they want to be in my life because of the kind of person I am, the way I carry myself, the way that I handle situations, the way that I talk to people when I'm sober.
Problem solved.
You know what I mean? But when I'm faded, man, you don't want to talk to me. Everybody can tell you that. Don't talk to Bubba. It's his way or the highway. Shit. You don't want to talk to him right now. He might yell at you. He might, turn into a grizzly bear real quick. Shit. Mm-hmm. You don't want to see me on drugs. Hell no.
Yeah, that was really good though.
You don't want to see me on drugs, man.
I can't say that, you do shine light in people's lives, You help them get through to the next day.
I don't know. The thing with me is so many people that are still in my life today made it to where I got to put my head to rest that night without getting high,
I seen a reel. It said you can't do nothing about yesterday or tomorrow, but you could do something about today. Mm-hmm. So, I just want to share that with you so you're right. Keep doing what you've been doing.
You're right. Yesterday happened.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do? Nothing. It happened. It's done. It's over. It's funny you say that because I was talking to my mom about that a few weeks ago. She's just like, because, the reason I relapsed the last time I relapsed is because I went and saw my ex, and she brought up some things that I didn't like. I was like, why? Like, why is the blame always on me? Like, what did I do? I was in my addiction. I was young. I didn't know how to love. I didn't know how to do certain things. It's like, but back to that conversation with my mom, I told my mom, like, Mom, something I realize in life is that old news is old news. What's behind me is behind me. There's nothing I can do to change it. What's done is done. That's what I do moving forward that'll predict my future. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, what I do today is going to intervene with what I do tomorrow. So if today I choose to be a shithead, tomorrow I'm probably going to be a shithead. If I choose to be cool today, I'm probably gonna be cool tomorrow. I wake up, like, all right, cool. What's up? Positive, positivity.
Comfortable place.
Like, are there days that I just don't want to wake up or don't want to deal with nobody? Of course. But that's part of life. You know, I gotta pick and choose my battles. That's something I've learned as becoming an adult. Is that I get to pick and choose my battles as an adult. As a kid, I didn't.
Yeah.
As a kid, I didn't get to pick who I talked to or who I went to school with. You know what I mean? But now as an adult, I get to pick who I want to be around. I get to pick who gets to have my phone number. I get to pick who I talk to. You know what I mean? I get to pick whether or not I'm going to pick up that phone call or not. When I was a kid, I didn't get to pick. But now as an adult, I have that free will. But the second I go pick up a use, I could potentially A, lose my life, or B, end up right back where I was, right back in detox.
Yeah, I had to deal with that in my life too. Like, pick the fun or pick the responsible way, you know, and I always go the responsible way now. I'm 36 now. For you, those of you who don't know, I'm 36, and you know, life has ups and downs, but you know, the tortoise usually wins the race if you just keep going. And you guys probably gonna hear me say that a lot because you know he just goes the safe way. You know, he doesn't think he could take breaks, and he works hard for what he wants. And you know, I believe God will, you know, give you treasures as long as you work hard. So since we were talking about your mom, I want to ask, did she teach you how to cook? Cause
Yeah.
I ate many.
Okay, so check it.
I done ate a lot of this guy's food, man. And he can cook.
All right, so check
Literally.
it. My
It'll be all gone, whatever he cooks.
So here's the funny thing is, I know a lot of different trades. Okay, I know a lot of different trades, and one of those is baking and cooking. You know what I mean? Like currently, my sister, for example, she's in culinary school again. You know, and she made the top of the list for her school. You know, 3.75 GPA or higher, and I congratulate her on that. I'm just like, you know, because that runs on like my biological side of the family is cooking and baking.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my grandmother, my adopted mother's mom, she taught me how to bake.
You got a little bit from everybody.
Yeah, and then my mother, she's the one who really took the time to teach me how to cook. You know, certain meals. You know, we were really like on a budget growing up. Once my parents got divorced, so my mom taught me how to make cheap meals for like, you know, there was five of us in the house at the time. You know, and she would spend $5 to $10 a meal, you know, compared to, you know, $40-$50 a meal, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Back when you could do that, you know. Shit. You know, but you know, then I had my grandfather, you know, he's passed now, but he taught me a lot about what I know about landscaping and
working with your hands.
You know, working with my hands, building things, taking things apart, you know.
Taught me everything about working with my hands.
Yeah.
You always have money as long as you had it.
Yeah. You know, that's one thing that I can tell you about me is that outside of my addiction, when I'm sober, is I work hard. You know, I deal with a lot of different things, you know, but ultimately I like to do things that are hands-on, either whether it be speaking to somebody or you know, building something. You know, what I really want to do or pursue is, you know, and this is something my adopted mother has always said that she thought I would do, is go to school for HVAC, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning.
You want your own business?
Yeah. You know, I used to have a landscaping business back in 2022, 2023, but, you know, I had gotten into this relationship and things just, you know, didn't go well after that. You know, I got back into my addiction really heavy, and, you know, something that my mom's always made apparent to me is that, you know, I'm a hardworking man. You know, she's like, you've always been, you know, my child that has sat there and put in that drive to make their own money, you know, whatever way it may be, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It's just about, you know, it's just about how, where you put your mind, you know. People you surround yourself with. Shit.
Well, to wrap this up, I got one more question for you.
What's up?
And that is, what not to say to someone in recovery? Well, it's one of the things you just should not say.
All right, what is one thing that you should just not say in recovery? It's just someone in recovery, you got this.
Mm.
You got this. Because you don't know if that person got that shit or not.
Yeah.
Just wish them well, you know?
Mm.
If someone's leaving treatment, wish them well. Don't say you got this shit, because there's been times I've been told that, and I've thought about that shit and been out there getting high and just been like, this person said I got this shit. I'm over here dying. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't like when people say that. It's just, you know, because we really don't know. You know, like, it's crazy to think. You know, it's not crazy to think about, but it is. We lose people that you would least expect to lose. You know, like you get a phone call and say, "Oh shit, for real? How? I was just talking to that person," or you know, what I mean? It's, "Oh, I just saw that person the other day." Like, but that's real life.
Mm-hmm.
That's real life.
Yeah, gotta stay strong out here, man.
Huh?
It's everyday struggle, but gotta keep pushing.
Uh-huh.
Well, that wraps up the 5th episode of 1111 Podcast. I'd like to thank Bubba and everybody tuning in. We're out.
I just want to take a moment to thank all of you for being such an important part of our podcast community. Your loyalty, your listening, and your feedback inspire us every week, and we couldn't do this without you. For any questions, call us at 818-205-1111. Follow us at _111 rehab.
I stack bricks of cocaine, it's all in my vein, but the high ain't the same. Now it's all just a game, fentanyl creeping in, taking over my brain, got me feeling insane, but I can't refrain. I'm stacking bricks of cocaine, flipping keys like a pro, but deep down inside I know it's taking a toll. Fentanyl looking ready to take a life, but I'm chasing the high, living on the edge of a knife. Guns in the streets, bodies laying in defeat. Fentanyl in my system got me feeling so weak. Bricks of cocaine, the devil's own tree, but the pain runs deep. It's all just a